Okay, we've got another Eternal draft here. We're going to just get started right away. The uncommons have some, there's some cool uncommons. Oni Quartermaster is potentially a good card drawing engine, but we do have to get the weapons to build around this, so it doesn't have a big effect on its own, which is not, it's probably something we're going to avoid here. We've got Static Bolt. If we start off the draft with one of these, then we can just try to pick a bunch of them up, and they get better the more you draw. Uh, so it's a decent card. It's a good removal. And the other comments are all just kind of okay. Order of the Spire has potential to get really silly, so we're going to go with that. We've got another Oni Quartermaster here, so if we'd gone with that one, we could have double Quartermasters and just go really weapon crazy. Other options we've got here, like Loyal Watchwing, is on color. Although, yeah, being on color is worth a bit, and the Flying in Warcry is nice. This is a card that really wants to get like a weapon to pump it. So we can also take like a Levitate is a decent card. Vorlunk would be in white, so that would be like an allied color for this, and white green is a pretty solid couple of colors. I think we're just going to stick with what we already started doing and stay green here. Let's see, Mirror Image is a decent card, but you have to have something else that's good to begin with. So probably not going to go with that right here. District Infantry if we want to take the only green card. This is pretty aggressive, but you do need to hit your sigils for that to really work out very well. I think just to stay open here, we're going to take Felm Banner, and we may end up being in a deck that can use the fixing, because there wasn't really anything there that was super exciting. Whispering Wind is pretty exciting, though. Being able to upgrade the cards in your hand is a very nice option to have. We've also got a Wisdom of the Elders, so this is probably a sign that blue is going to be open for us, so we're maybe going to look to get into blue-black with Felm Banner, or blue-white. We'll go with Whispering Wind here. There's a nice blue-white card, and we're not seeing a lot in black or white, really. I don't think either of these are cards that we want to play very much, and neither are the white cards here. So I'm going to go with Valkyrie because it goes the best with our green cards that we've already taken. We may end up being blue-green. I suppose that's possible. Not a lot going on here. We'll take a Levitate. Ooh, okay, so we have some blue uncommons. Those are coming through. We've got like Safe Return if we end up wanting to be green, or Predator's Instinct. This could go with either the blue and green are both allied colors for white, so this could go in a deck with any of our other cards, like if we cut one of these colors out. Icebreaker is a 0/3. If you have a lot of ways to stun, this can like remove something permanently, but I don't think it's very exciting here. And Northwind Herald, I think, is probably going to be decent. We'll go with that in case we end up in like some kind of blue-green deck. We're seeing another Static Bolt. This is pretty late, so I think this pick is between like Static Bolt and Minotaur Grunt. I don't know which of our colors are actually better here. Whispering Wind, I think, is our best card. But Minotaur Grunt is a better curve card than Static Bolt. Both green and blue seem to be pretty open. I think I like the green cards we've got as a basis for a deck a little bit better, because they're more they're more prone to help us curve out. Whereas like Northwind Herald is sweet, but we may not play it for free, and Levitate's not really something that you play to like get board presence. So I think this pick may be wrong if I go for Minotaur Grunt, but I'm going to go with that on the basis that we want to get a good curve. Here is another Valkyrie, so we'll be happy with that. We've got Friendly Wisp is a nice card drawing thing, and we would just be taking that over Copperhall Recruit, who's not terribly exciting, so let's do that. We've got Detain or a 5/3. We'll take a green card, and we'll take a black card. Okay. Trail Stories doesn't really do anything. Windshaper looks pretty nice in our deck. I think this will be our pick. It's a good blocker on the ground, and we do have a lot of flyers. It makes our two Valkyries a little bit bigger, so unfortunately we are not seeing a lot of white right at the moment. That's very good. We did see a few. We saw a couple of the Killer Spell in the last pack, but not a lot of units that are very good. So we're going to go with Windshaper here. We've got an Awakened Student if we end up in green-white. We've got Pillar of Amar, also pretty decent. It's a heavy white commitment, though. Not a lot in just green or blue. We've got Levitate is an option, and Stalwart Shield. Stalwart Shield's probably decent, probably better than I have expected it to be in the past. Let's go. We may end up as like a green-white deck. We're not going to play Sabotage. We may end up as a green-white deck and just like splashing Windshaper, maybe splashing Whispering Wind. Although this is our only white card so far, so maybe it's a little loose to go for an Awakened Student here. I think Awakened Student is enough, like, more powerful than this Stalwart Shield, though, that it's worth taking here. And I think that Levitate's a solid card, but not necessarily something we need to go for. Well, Levitate is good with the Windshaper, though. We can instant speed give something +1/+1 with this. Let's go for Awakened Student, though. I think the white may be open. Looks like we are getting hooked up a little bit here. We've got a Desert Marshal. There's a Flame Blast that, unfortunately, we are going to be passing here. And then there's a Dinosaur also. The Dinosaur would be good with Friendly Wisp, but this is a better curve card, and it's pretty powerful to just silence something, so we'll take that here. We're going to look for green-white. It looks like that may be open. We can take another Awakened Student or a Fixer for that blue splash I was talking about. We're going to go with the Student here. All right, we see Wisdom of the Elders is double blue. I think we're going to probably move some of this blue stuff out of our deck, though. Probably not going to play Detain. So, it's looking like we're trying to be in green-white. That seems pretty open, but both of these blue cards are pretty strong. Ornamental Daggers is also decent. So, our pick here is like between, I think, Wisdom and Daggers. Sky Snapper is also fairly powerful. I don't really want to be just a completely three-color deck, though. Let's go for the Daggers. Alright, there's a pretty late feeding time. We're going to take this Loyal Watchwing. Let's see. We've got Reinforce, Backlash, Alchemical Blast that we can take. These other off-color cards are probably not making our deck. We're not going to play Reinforce, so we'll just take Alchemical Blast. Probably not going to play that. Here's a late Wisdom of the Elders. There's also Tower Top Patrol is pretty strong, or Safe Return. I think I like the Patrol out of this pack. I am a little bit sad that we've passed 3 Wisdom of the Elders so far, so somebody will be happy later. We'll take out Predator's Instinct here. The 1-drops don't do very much, so we'll take the Sauropod Wrangler. We don't really have the big stuff yet, and we'll take a Safe Return here. Alright, Infernus, this card is pretty bad. It's unlikely you'll draw it on the first turn, so it's not something we would be interested in. I do like Emerald Monument. We're looking like we're a good deck for it because we are going to want some weapons, and our curve doesn't look like it's going to go terribly high, so this is probably going to be our pick here. This is the only green card in the pack, and we could take, like, Amber Acolyte. This would help with our splash if we do it, but I think we'll take the power here. So, Fortunate Stranger is not very exciting. Minotaur Ambassador is okay, but we're not going to miss it too much. Not a lot else going on here. We've got, like, Copper Hall Recruit or, like, Torch. So, we are not seeing very much. We do have a couple Empower cards, so we may go with the Ambassador for our Awakened Students. Yeah, let's do that. Whoa, this guy's pretty nice. Explorer Emeritus is a powerful card drawing engine, but this does take double blue. So that would be quite an ambitious splash. I still will probably just take this here. So you can also go with a Fixer, Cambrai Banner. Any fixing, even though this isn't our 2 main colors, any fixing is going to be good if we're trying to do a splash. So that's something we could be pretty happy with. Not a lot else to really talk about here. The other cards aren't that close to this. Like, I think I would, if we don't take this double blue card, I would go with the banner here. Oh boy. We're already in pack 3. Oh, this is so powerful. So powerful, but I really want the fixing. We better go for fixing here. It's a very sad day for me. Not taking the extra card drawing every turn. This pack is pretty empty. We'll just take Inspire. Here we've got Gruon. We've got Xenon Guardian is pretty strong. I think this will be our guy here. We could also take an Amber Acolyte for the splash. Bright Mace Paladin is just a very solid card. And Unstable Form is decent, not really the color we're looking for. So I believe our pick up between the 3/3s here. And let's take... We don't have that much in either at either 3 or 4 mana, but let's take the 4-drop because it's got more late game potential. Looks like we've got an Awakened Student or the Guardian. We'll take the Student here. And this is going to be a white card over nothing else. Combra Healer is pretty solid. So we get a Combra Healer or a Predator's Instinct. We have 1 Instinct so far, and Combra Healer is a pretty powerful card, so it's kind of a reward for being in these colors that we've got. Here we've got the Shield versus Argenport Soldier. Let's just take the guy. Not a lot here. We'll just take Golem. Probably not playing a Humbug. Alright, and a late Tower Top Patrol is pretty sweet. Ooh, Copper Conduit. That's really funny. I actually just finished my set of these for Constructed, but this is... The rest of this pack is, like, not close to this card. This is just really versatile. There is a lot here. Like, if we could just take this whole pack, we would be really happy because we'd get, like, a Student and Ceremonial Mask Avenger. But Copper Conduit's pretty insane. 4th Tree Elder is really nice. Flying in Endurance. This is hard to beat in the air, so we're very happy with that. We can take another Fixer. We have Fixing, Sigil, or I guess a Loyal Watchwing, so we're going to be happy with Fixing because our cards are all pretty strong here so far. I think I learned my lesson about Stormcaller. Unfortunately, we're not going to be playing that, and we don't want to splash Stormlinks or Renegade Valkyrie, so we'll take Predator's Instinct. This pack will be probably another Instinct. We've got, I think, 2 of those so far. Yeah, we've got 2 Instincts, so it's either Instinct or Ornamental Daggers, but I don't want that many daggers in the deck, so we'll take this one. Got another Desert Marshal, pretty strong, and it looks like these were definitely the colors to be in for this draft. Probably don't want the 4th Instinct, we'll just take a flyer over it. The 3/3 is a solid thing to have. We're seeing another Ceremonial Mask. It's expensive, but it's pretty powerful. And we've got a Ramp Guy versus basically nothing. We've got Synchronized Strike, that's a good trick. This may make our deck. And neither of these are very exciting. So. Alright, so I will be back with the deck. Okay, so this is where I ended up for the deck. We've cut the blue out entirely. My last cut to this build was actually the Minotaur Ambassador, and it's a little sad for the Minotaur because we've got like Order of the Spire, who's a pretty solid Empower ability, and we've got 3 of Awakened Student, so he's got some synergy with a few of our other cards, but we had 3 6-drops, and I believe that the Minotaur does the least on its own. So he was, I think, the biggest liability here, and this is where we ended up. We're not playing any of the blue, but we don't have... We've got some flying, but not enough that it would be worth the splash to pump them, because it's just, again, it's a liability, and we've got a lot of other cards we're going to play anyway. So I think this should be pretty solid. I'm pretty comfortable playing green-white, and we're just looking to curve out, hit all our Sigil drops to pump these Awakened Students, and end up beating down. We've got some ways to take over in the air, and we've got some nice inevitability in our guys that grow, because Order of the Spire can get really big, so can like Xenon Guardian and Valkyries and Awakened Student. We've got some nice control stuff too with like double Desert Marshal, so we should be able to silence if we need to. We've got triple Predator's Instinct. This is often going to end up on an Awakened Student, I think. So these should be pretty big and be able to take out a threat to us. And we've even got some combat tricks. We've got like Save Return's not really a trick, but it is protection from removal. And we've got a Synchronized Strike that we can just play as an instant. So yeah, we've got some good stuff. I will be back with some games. I'm excited.